What is up, guys? It is your boy C-Niice here, back again on a Saturday morning. It's funny. I didn't think about this when I decided that I'm gonna do Saturday mornings. This is just out of the blue. I just thought about it, but I think there's a parallel to it because when I was younger, I used to wake up and it was 9 o'clock. Saturday mornings 9 o'clock. I used to go bowling. This has nothing to do with the person who I have on today. I just happen to think of it now. So I think there's a nice little parallel between me bowling in the mornings when I was younger to now doing this podcast in the Saturday mornings. I think that's why I maybe like dropping them at that time. But more importantly, I have someone here who's been a great friend of mine since a long time ago, probably like middle school, maybe even before middle school. Honestly, I don't truly remember. I didn't go with that type as the intro. But I got my boy Steve Shephard here. Steve, how you doing? How you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm ready. I'm excited. I got some solid ideas packed, I think. I mean, knowing me, I'm just going to go wavy on everything that I want to talk about, and we're just going to talk about just important stuff.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Oh, no problem. Oh, Steve, come on. You were on the list, and there are people on the list I don't even want to be on. So I'm happy that you actually were with me and wanted to get on.
It's my pleasure, C-niice.
Yeah, no, it's all mine. The pleasure's actually all mine. But thank you everyone for listening too, and I think we're gonna rock the world this one. Okay, so I'm gonna tell a story. So back in the day, I remember sitting on my Xbox. Right, this is like middle school. No, this is high school C-niice. Sitting on my Xbox, and Kyle, whose episode will come up. Kyle gets talked about so much. Not Kyle Fallon, who's like I said, near and dear to my heart. Kyle Thomas, who I hate.
Boo.
But I was sitting there and he's like, yo, this new game is coming to Xbox. And I look and it's Rocket League. So this is when Rocket League came to Xbox after PC and PlayStation. So I naturally see this game like, this looks pretty dope. I buy Rocket League. It comes out like 2 hours before it's supposed to. Like you download it, lets you play it at like 10 p.m. I played Rocket League for that whole time just once by myself. And my whole career of Rocket League on Xbox is playing ones. But the reason I'm telling this story is because me and Steve have accomplished something much greater than me playing stupid ones in Rocket League.
Ones.
So me and Steve have accomplished a rank that very few people in the universe, I would say.
The universe.
You know what I mean? Less than probably 1 million people. We could hope.
I think way less.
You think like in the 100,000s?
Well, yeah, because it's like less than 1% of the player base gets it every season, and I can't imagine that many people.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people play the game, but
so me and Steve at the time, so when we achieved this, at the time it was the highest rank in the game. Since we've achieved this, they've added new higher ranks. All right?
We don't count those.
We don't even know.
Those are for pro players.
Bro, it's a red tag. Like it doesn't matter. They've started over at season 1. We've been playing for so long, they've restarted the seasons. But we have achieved Grand Champion, which is the highest rank in Rocket League. You get a little tag that says it, whatever season you get it, and we end up getting season 13, which at the time was like 2019.
Yeah,
because
sounds right.
Season 14 was COVID.
It was before COVID.
Season 14 was COVID season, and we got in like March or February, pretty early in the year.
Yeah.
Because the only reason is what leads back to the story was that in January, our friends Nicole, Justin might have made this board of New Year's resolutions.
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
So
Every person, we went to a New Year's party at their house, and everyone wrote down their New Year's resolutions for the year. I didn't achieve mine. It was get the 4-pack I had in high school. I pushed it to 3 years later. So that's
we're working on it now.
Yeah, this year and next year. But Steve's had something that he knew was achievable because we were so close right before. I think we were just Champ 2, Champ 3 chilling, which is the rank right before Grand Champion. But his was to get the Grand Champion in Rocket League.
And we fucking did
This
it.
man achieved it so early in the year. I was like, man, you should have made it like, I don't even know, get to, I don't even know, like get 2 high ranks in a game or something.
Well, we can't talk about us getting Grand Champion without mentioning
the guy who we carried.
The mediocre third, Sean Corn. I mean,
Sean Cornelius.
Like I said, mediocre at best. We all know who the stars were.
You know what I mean? Okay. He was like, you know what I mean? LeBron, Steve was LeBron, I was D Wade, and we had, Mario Chalmers, which was Sean.
Mario Chalmers the GOAT though.
Yeah, of course. He's a ring holder. So I'm gonna set the scene of how my life came out to become Grand Champion. If you don't want to hear the story, then you're gonna keep listening. So Steve's met Sean. Sean is not someone who went to our school. Sean is actually much younger than us, and Steve happened to meet him because he just happened to live next to him, and he became friends with him just because your whole cul-de-sac had like this community, which I think is great.
It is. It's dope.
But it was the only reason, you know what I mean? Out of the blue, Steve had me become friends with Sean, and kids cracked at video games. Like, I don't know what is up with this dude.
Kind of not fair.
It's just not fair how good Sean is, just like naturally. And then if he puts his time into it, he just his like how high he can get, his potential, his ceiling is so high.
Let the record show, I was better than him at Rocket League when we first started for a hot minute.
Which was like was there even seasons back then?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
This was like the time of the rank was like Rising Star, All-Star. Like this is first release. We got it when it first came out because we saw all the big streamers playing it.
Almost had the alpha and stuff.
Almost. Yeah. But man, we could have made money if we got those.
Yep. So just you know, I mean, how the universe works. Steve happens to meet Sean, all this stuff, and it leads us to, you know, Steve and Sean played video games a lot. Like he said, he played Rocket League together. I didn't even have a PC. I told a little bit about my Xbox story, I think. Whereas most of my friends, if you played Xbox, you were friends with those people in high school. Like if you played Xbox, you were friends with Xbox.
Yeah, there was
kids.
the PlayStation group and the Xbox group.
It was literally split in half.
And like we would mix a little bit in high school, but mostly after high school.
It was after high school really became a thing, but it was because of sports and stuff. Like a couple of people played soccer and certain things, and like other sports. I think Pete and Matt. Well, bowling too. That was one that grabbed everyone together. But man, it's just so lucky to meet Sean to have us all three be together that season 13. And the worst part is, man, our season 13 was so good. We played the best Rocket League we've ever played. Our peak was.
We've
season
never
13.
been higher.
And I think if we were that, like, if we played that good now, we could be probably Grand Champion 2, I think, or something. We were playing really good. We were just winning. I think we went on like a 9-win streak to get to Grand Champion, and I was just like. You guys got your wins first in the newer seasons of Rocket League. So like after season 5, I believe you had to win 10 times at Grand Champion rank to achieve the rank because they just didn't want you to get there and then not play the game ever again, like Sean did in season 3. But he earned it.
Don't have to call him out.
I'm just joking, but. Because me and Zach Hess did the same thing on Stupid Madden. When we got to top 100, we just never played the game again, and then they got rid of us.
Tough.
But. I just think I think I had to start the podcast with the Rocket League story. I know I always do video games in the beginning, and then people probably click off because they're like, "Who cares about c-niice playing video games?" But
no, that's definitely
this was again. If Madden getting to the top 100 was one of my top things in my life, getting Grand Champion was probably the favorite thing I've ever done because that was a goal that I set. I didn't set to get top 100; it just happened. Like we just kept playing and saw it could happen. Ever since I played Rocket League, it was like I gotta get Grand Champion one day,
and we did it. We spent a lot of time doing it though. Oh my
gosh, it was during
we spent a lot of seasons not being Grand Champion.
I think we started playing consistently like 9 or 10, season 9 or 10. I think I was like champ by then, and then sat in champ for like 3 seasons. And even
that's what we call hard stuck.
Even now I'm going down again. I'm like champ 2, no champ 3, but I fell champ 2 and 2s for a little bit, then went back up. I'll go on rants where I'll just lose like 10 in a row, and I'll get in my head where I'm like, I gotta just win 1 for today. I can't.
See, but it's so bad because you're already down on yourself, and like, oh, trust me, I know.
Yeah.
I am the worst at it. Like eventually there's if you're playing 2s or whatever, you get mad at your teammates and you start blaming them,
which I always do.
And then, I mean, me too. Don't get me wrong. Just maybe not 2s. I don't play 2s, but other games. Yeah. I'll blame everyone else, and then I'll get mad, and then I get to the point where I'm just sad, and I just want to win 1. But it's so bad because you're already in such a bad mindset, and you just keep losing.
I can't do it in Valorant because the time, like Valorant's a much
games
longer
take
game.
too long.
It's 45 minutes, so if you lose 3, you're just like demoralized.
Yeah.
It's been like 2 hours of game.
Of just losing.
Yeah. At least in Rocket League, I can play 7 games in 30 minutes and lose all of them, and then I'm like, I still got 30 minutes, so I could go to bed early enough.
Yeah.
I could win all these games back and get back up. But that's not how life works. You win 4 and then you lose 3 and you went 11, 1 and 11. But sorry, I'm drinking a Sprite from Wendy's. But to stick on the topic of video games for a little bit longer, but not playing video games, more like playing video games. That's a one-liner. But so my boy Steve was lovely on this game called CSGO. This man arguably, if you know anything about CSGO, it was a FPS shooter, you know what I mean? it was one of the bigger games of esports, I'd say, that isn't like a Dota or like a League of Legends.
Like our high school days, it was huge.
Yeah, back in high school, a lot of people loved watching it.
So what was that? 2012 to 2016.
Yeah,
it was massive.
Did it pull numbers like the other games like that, like League and stuff when they did tournaments?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I didn't watch during that time. I watch now, which is like kind of like cool and whatever. I can see some of the old people play, but they watched in the prime. They played the game in the prime. But Steve figured out this lovely thing called trading, all right? And what Steve was able to do is honestly mind-blowing to me. Because you didn't even put really money, maybe after you put money in the game, but in the beginning you didn't put money in.
I put $100 in to start.
So you did put $100.
My investment was $100.
And you knew you could do something with it. Did you watch? Okay, so did you watch videos on how to do it, or did you?
Well, yeah, because that was at the start, right? So that's when not many people knew about. Don't get me wrong, there was a ton of traders and stuff, and like. But I had, channels I was subscribed to of dudes with thousands, hundreds of $1,000 inventories from either betting or trading. And these channels weren't that big.
Do you know what year this is? Like when you were like in the beginning of when you started? Is it like
I think it's 2011. 2011 might be too early. I think it is freshman or sophomore year of high school.
Okay, so 2012 or 2013.
Right.
Based on what time.
So I'm subscribed, and these channels don't have many subs. Like I remember one of them his name was Delicious Mochi G. No more than 10,000 subs. Dude's inventory is $25,000. Like it doesn't fit in one inventory. He has 10 accounts with just whatever. It's crazy. And I'm watching this guy. I'm like, and so I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. And so I put $100 in. I don't even remember what I first bought.
Yeah. Right.
But I bought some skins in the game, and there was this website called CSGO Lounge where you could post your skins, and you just post on there, and people would hit you up with trade offers, or you could go look out for trade offers. And it's basically what I did was you look for what people want. You have something that someone wants, and so they'll give you stuff that's worth more for it, right? So if my one skin is $20, okay, but this guy has two skins worth $12, but he wants it. He'll give me the two things for $12 for my thing for $20. So I just made $4. Yeah. And I just kept doing this, and I had one breakthrough trade that really the guy didn't know the value of the gun of the skin. I didn't know the value of the skin, and I was just kind of taking a risk. It was a P250 nuclear threat factory new.
So if anyone knows who that is,
who?
I said if anyone knows what that is, like who that is, but what that is, then I don't even know it. Like I don't. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's an old skin, and it is one of those skins where it's like factory new, it was like super rare, whatever. And so it ended up being like a $500 skin I got for like $100. And so that $400 I was able to get like some pretty nice skins. And with those really nice skins, you're at the point where people will pay even more for those because it's the higher echelon, And so eventually I got to that point, and I just kept building and building and building. And I think my inventory on Steam was almost $20,000 at its peak.
And this is Steve in high school.
Yes.
just started from $100.
Junior, senior in high school. Haven't worked a day. And I
learned it himself. I taught
from myself.
These people and grind it up to the top.
I did grind. There was a lot of times there was like trade servers on the game.
I would be think about this. So this is senior year. He was still doing it. So we'd be in the auditorium for study hall. This man would still be trading, looking at trades and stuff. I remember Gavin, our friend Gavin, was in there, like looking a little bit too. And if he wasn't trading in CSGO, he was playing Clash of Clans. But I remember it really was a grind because the timing mattered. You know what I mean? If you didn't look at your phone, you'd miss it, and then someone else would just swoop right in.
100%. There was multiple times in school where I made $100 just sitting in the auditorium, just through one trade. And but at the peak of my inventory value, a lot of the value in CSGO was fueled by gambling. That's why skins were a lot, because people gambled. So we'll try to make it. I'll tell a little bit about the backstory of CSGO. So when we talk about skins and stuff, so the game, like I said, it was a first-person shooter. So the value would be on these skins for the guns. You would open these things called crates. The keys of the amount of money it takes to open a crate
it matters all about what the stuff in the crate was. So if there were good items in the crate, the keys could be.
No.
Oh.
Keys were always $2.50.
Oh, okay. Keys were always it's the crates that cost money.
Yes.
Okay, so
the keys were the dollar bill of the market.
Mm-hmm.
They were the baseline value. Everything was priced in keys.
Mm-hmm.
So if a gun or a skin was $100, right? That is equivalent to 25 keys.
Mm-hmm.
But because keys are more precious than the gun, because it's the baseline currency, everyone wants it, you would only get 85% of it in keys. So you'd get $85 worth of keys. I don't feel like doing the math.
Yeah, but I got you.
But so the keys were the baseline of everything.
And then so there'd be cases for all different events, right? Like it doesn't matter if it's like a major or something. They'd put out new cases for whatever reasons, and then new case usually costs more because it'd be a new case and it'd have new weapon skins and whatnot. But it's such a crazy concept to think that kids are just spending so much money on these skins, like hundreds of dollars could make it. Maybe not the kids are spending thousands, but streamers and all these people are spending thousands upon thousands, hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands, and then the scandal happened. So we'll talk a little bit about the scandal. What ruined CSGO trading was another. Well, do you know the website of it was? I know
there was multiple.
It was Syndicate. I know Syndicate and
there was CSGO Wild was one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really remember them because I hate them.
Yeah, there was
they
only
lost me a lot of money.
Yeah, except for CSGO Lounge.
Yeah, CSGO Lounge to go. But yeah, so they all kind of got exposed. These big YouTubers for rigging their websites. Basically, they were part owners in the websites.
So one, I know the big story that I saw was one of the owners was promoting the website, but never disclosed that he was part owner of the website and saying like, "Oh, this is awesome," and that's just legal. Like, you know what I mean? You can't. That's just no matter what business you're doing, you can't do that.
Let alone promoting gambling to underage kids.
His kids who are his audience who is literally probably mostly under 18.
I mean, I couldn't gamble at that age, and I was, I had a thing where I did not gamble at all.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed safe with the skins I had. I didn't want to lose any of it
because you knew the value of them, and you didn't.
But there was one time Sean convinced me. And I went in like $250. I lost it in 10 minutes, and I said never again.
Yep.
I am not gambling my skins. But it was a rush for some people, and some people, a couple people would win big, and everyone would see it, and everyone would want to do it. And so it just was a vicious cycle, Sean included.
Yeah, no, Sean's the gambling boy, so he, he likes.
And how old was he at the time? Was he even in high school at the time?
Probably not. You know what I mean?
Honestly, in the beginning year,
and the internet, they always say like it's so hard to regulate the internet, but it's just crazy what can really go on that's not too far. Like that wasn't hard. Anyone could just go on CSGO Lounge or CSGO all those websites and just be like, what is happening? Like what is really happening?
And so came down and Steam said no more.
Yeah.
Said this isn't happening, and the value of every skin cut in half at minimum.
Yeah.
At minimum.
And it wasn't even. It was such a huge thing. It was in all games. Like it destroyed a lot of markets because a Rocket League game that like I said, I played. I even traded a little bit, but I wasn't trying to build any. I wasn't doing no empire. I was just building for cool skins and stuff. And if you played long enough, they'd give you crates. And the same thing as CS:GO, the crates are worth a certain price based on, however many. But it's different because the crates are cheaper than the keys. It'd usually be like you'd send 7 crates in Rocket League for 1 key.
Yeah.
And so forth like that. But they were easy to get. But I remember that crashed too. Like Rocket League's, like they don't even have crates anymore. Rocket League got rid of crates.
Yep.
Which is at least CS:GO still has them, but it's just insane. It made me so sad because I love that. It was so easy to just play and just if you grinded Rocket League, you got free money.
Yeah. And
I got mad free money. I probably got like free $40 off that game. I haven't bought a Rocket Pass with my real money ever.
But yeah, so and like you can see there's websites where you can see the history of my inventory. Like if I go on it now, I could see everything from when it started, and the gentle rise, some go up, go a little down, whatever, and then just falls off a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Just half of my inventory, value gone.
But you still made out like a bandit with
$100. At the end of that, like I said, honestly, before that was around my peak inventory value of around 20 grand. But like I said, no. So when you cash out, when you turn skins into real money,
you definitely
you get about 65% of the value. So eventually, I didn't cash out when it crashed. I waited. Stuff started going back up a bit, and so I pulled out almost $10,000 of CSGO.
Yeah, which is
real cash.
Cash.
Which is pretty dope.
Yeah, maybe not cash, but
not cash.
But you know, you're not holding 10
money. I remember it was the summer we were going into college, summer of 2016. I had to go open a bank account because if I put it all into PayPal, I would get taxed or something. Yeah. Something I don't know why, but I went and opened a bank account for CS:GO
and just put all that
and just put all my money in there,
which is insane. It's such an insane story to think that because anyone could have done it. Like you weren't. It wasn't like you did. Like you just did the studying and you did the research that you needed to do. But it wasn't like these guys were blowing up. You said a couple, probably 1,000 subscribers. You said 10K for the one guy you named, but and you really just took advantage of opportunity, and then you
like honestly, I tried to teach people.
Yeah,
I tried to teach Sean. I tried to teach Gav, and they didn't want to grind like me. And Sean would just gamble it away.
Yeah, well, Sean didn't want to grind like that because he'd rather grind playing CS:GO, high key, playing on AIM Labs and. Not AIM Lab, that's the one that's for Valorant now, but whatever training he was in, he'd rather spend probably 4 hours doing that than 4 hours trying to trade. Yeah. But he was a freak. But as we've done enough video game talks, I don't even know what my audience likes. Like, I don't even know who listens. If you want to hear a certain topic or something, you can DM me. I'm not going to put my ats in here, but I do want to hear if you guys want to hear any topics from me. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't see no in the comments. I think they just like, you know, I'm here for the support and all, but also you can show me
in the comments.
You can put in the comments or whatnot. So when we were coming, it was again out of I think high school. It was the summer after high school. We did a lot of stuff that summer. It was summer 2016. Uzi came out. The 2016 summer was lit. That
was the greatest summer.
That was such a dope summer. Me, Steve, and a couple of our friends, Peter and Nikolai, went to a concert. We went to this concert. And well, let's tell a story of what happened in the beginning before the acts even happened. So remember, we're at the So we go to this concert. It's in Connecticut,
Massachusetts.
It's at.
I
don't know. I don't know where we were at Mass, but it's a Massachusetts concert, and we go, and it's for. The headliner's G-Eazy, our boy, you know, and the second headliner, like the second show or the lesser known guy technically is Logic,
which I felt was disrespectful.
Yeah, me too.
I like both, but I was a huge Logic.
YG
was
and Yo Gotti both performed. They, down in the DMs was lit. So, and then I don't remember who else was doing it. DJ Mustard, I don't know, man. I could just make.
I got the shirt somewhere.
I got my Logic shirt. Which someone else had the same shirt in college one time, but that's not important. So we go to this concert for Logic and G-Eazy. It was the Endless Summer Tour. Boom. Right off the dome. Caught it.
Got it. Nice.
And we go there, and we're like, all right, let's go, whatever. I think we were at a hotel or something. Like, let's just go. Like, it's time now. I don't remember even what we did that day. I won't lie to you. But we go to the concert. We walk in. I have, like, mad Snapchats. This was when I first got my phone. So this is, like, the first Snapchat memories I have on my phone are, like, these things. But we go in, and then this woman, or not this woman, but this girl, she's like our age, I think, just dying on the grass, like just so drunk, just hammered, like
probably maybe the drunkest person I've ever seen.
Yeah, definitely one of these people. Like, but she was coherent enough, almost.
Not really.
She put the thumbs up, so this is why I think she was coherent.
It's like
enough.
An athlete being carried out on a stretcher. So thumbs up.
We're like kind of near. We're on grass, so the paint the image. We're sitting on grass. It's kind of like SPAC in a way. Would you agree? It's kind of like SPAC. There's like the grass, and then there's like you get closer, and then there's actually seats. So we were sitting in the grass chilling, and we just like they're like near us. They're like probably like 5 or 10 feet behind us to the right. If we're like looking at the concert behind us to the right, it's happening. And we just keep like I just keep like kind of like what is going on? Like they're kind of I don't know if they're being loud or just being obnoxious, but I remember we knew that this person was doing whatever they were doing. Just rolling around on the grass.
Well, because she was just like laying down, and like she had her friends or whatever around her trying to like sit her up, get her to drink water. And it's like what couldn't be later than 7 o'clock.
The concert has not started yet. Before the concert even started, before there was even the pre-acts on yet. I think we literally just walked in and saw it. And then like whatever, like this is happening, and then like probably like a few minutes later, 5 minutes later, they ended up bringing like the people out, like the I don't know, the safety people,
medical personnel,
the medical personnel, and they took her out on like a stretcher almost.
Yep.
It was a stretcher-esque, and I remember when she was getting walked away, I saw it. She did the athlete thumbs up, and everyone cheered. Everyone cheered. Yeah, it was so funny because everyone like saw her like dying. We're like, how do you get that lit before the concert? Like, I understand, like, you got a pregame, whatever, like, whatever you want to do, but it's like, she was gone.
Yeah.
Like, did not even get close to making it to see any of the people.
And she definitely was not old enough to get alcohol in there, so, like, it had to be from before she was even in.
No, yeah, she was probably,
had to be
like,
absolutely destroyed.
like, maybe she was old enough.
Like 5 o'clock.
Yeah, like, maybe she was old
crazy.
enough. She was right around that, like, between probably, like, 19 to 20, like, 3.
Yeah.
Which is where we were. I think we were young. I mean, we were 17, 18 at that time. We didn't get litty for that concert. We were completely sober. High key. No, we were though.
Sober.
I remember because me and Steve were 17 at the time, and that's pretty crazy.
Young boys.
We were going to college, but not really going to college.
Those
but
October
the reason
birthdays.
why I told this story, the reason why I'm laying it out is because you didn't really have the best of times when you went. So yeah.
A, not drunk. B, I don't know. I just don't do huge crowds like that. It was the first concert I'd ever been to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I still had a great time with the boys.
Yeah, no, it was still.
But
fun.
I remember there's a Snapchat someone took, and I just looked like I wasn't having a bad time. I was having a good time, but for some reason in the Snapchat, I just looked like I want to not be there. Just like, I don't know. But yeah, I think the most memorable part of that night for me was afterwards when we were waiting for the Uber.
Oh,
those girls.
Yeah.
I still have the video.
Okay.
So the big meme at the time was Harambe in 2016.
I don't remember when he got yammed. I don't know if it was March.
Had to be 2016.
It was definitely 100% 2016. I think it was like early summer. We'll just say early summer for my brain. But Harambe gets shot at Cincinnati Zoo. May he rest in peace, I guess. I don't know. But everyone was really Team Harambe. This was the craziest thing, watching everyone on Twitter and just all of social media just really run for my boy Harambe. But there was, like you said, there was the meme that was, if you want to say it,
dicks out for Harambe.
Yep. So there was, so you just would, I don't know, just people would say that, and then it was just funny, I guess.
And there was these girls. I don't know how old.
Yeah. So this was,
but this is like what? When's the concert over?
So no.
Midnight,
so let's paint the scene. So yeah, it's probably midnight. We want to Uber back to the hotel because we got a hotel, I think.
Yes.
So we wanted to Uber back to the hotel, but you know how concerts are and venues are right at the end, like just billions upon cars, and you can't get an Uber to the place, so we had to walk.
Someone stole our Uber. You remember that?
I actually didn't remember that.
Someone hopped in our Uber.
Really?
The first one we got, yeah.
And that's why we had to wait?
Yes.
Okay, so we got our first Uber stolen, all right? So then we just walk down, we're just walking away from the concert, so we have a better chance to get like an Uber. And as we're walking down just this street, that's a busy street, a concert street, these girls are walking the other way, right? But they're across the street.
No, they were pretty close to
us.
us.
Were they? Okay, so we crossed the street, but we were on the right side, yeah.
Yes.
So we're walking, and then it just everyone's like got that energy, like everyone's just hyped up after. And these women, if you want to say the line again,
they're skipping past, screaming "dicks out for Harambe." I don't know why. I just thought it was so wild.
And it was just like, and it wasn't like they weren't even talking to anybody. Like they weren't talking to us. They were just doing their own thing.
They were just skipping down.
But just
the
everyone
walkway.
was just like, "What are these?" Like everyone.
I got it on video too.
Yeah, and we got the video of it. Of just these women just walking away, just screaming that. And then we just are like, oh, whatever. And then we
They're having a great
go to
time.
some random hotel. Like we go to some random places, parking lot, like some company, and then we get the Uber there.
Yep.
And get back. But I wanted to ask you if you think that you would want to go to a concert again, or do you think that you can have fun at a concert and maybe you were just you were just younger and
if
maybe
I get a little alcohol in me.
That's what I'm saying.
It'll be a blast.
Yeah,
for sure.
You just weren't ready for the experience.
Yeah, like I said, first one. I don't love huge crowds like that.
Mm-hmm. You could deal with it in certain settings,
right.
like bar settings and whatnot.
But no, once you get a little bit of that liquid courage. It's time.
Yeah, no, then it's because everyone when you drink, you realize, man, everyone's just a little.
Yeah, it's like I don't like dealing with strangers sober.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm not no alcoholic. I just
yeah,
I don't like with the boys. I have a great time sober anytime, But like if I have to talk to strangers
and the thing is like at concerts like that, like everyone's like drinking, so like you're just dealing with people who are drunk, and we're like I said 17, 18. We didn't drink like that at that age.
High, off of whatever fucking drugs.
We waited till college to drink. Yeah, high key.
We were good.
We didn't do it in high school like that. Some people, I mean, maybe some of our friends. Nah, not really. We waited till high school, but then we got lit. Don't worry, it's not like we saved it for the. Yeah, exactly. I have videos of that concert, man, and I'm like, why did I took videos of the TV. So there was a TV that was. We were far enough away because we got the cheap seats on the grass where we would just like see the TV sometimes better than where we could see, and I literally just took videos of the TV of Yo Gotti of Yo Gotti screaming down in the DMs that go down.
Did that go on the story?
Yes, 100%. And I wish I got the Down in the DM shirt and not the Endless Summer Tour shirt because the Down in the DM shirt's much cooler. But to rotate our gears onto something different, onto something that again is my default, something that's easy for me to talk about, something I love to death, sports. More importantly,
all day.
I want to talk about the Bills. I want to give you a chance to get your piece out. Kyle Thomas texted me after he listened to Kyle Fallon's episode, and he goes, I keep bringing up Kyle Thomas and Kyle Fallon, there's nothing wrong with that. And he goes, I got facts set up. They're not the New Jersey Jets or Jets. They're not the New Jersey Giants. They're the New York Giants.
Where's
I have
their
my
stadium?
facts set up.
Where's their stadium?
So I wanted you to, if you had any attacking words towards Kyle, because I guess he's gonna come with facts. I don't know if it's against Buffalo or I don't know if it's for New York, but
Kyle, you're a bitch. I saw a stat the other day. Since 2017, the Bills have more wins than the Jets and Giants combined. Fuck you, Kyle.
Is that real?
I swear to God, it's like 39-36. Poverty franchises there in New Jersey.
Oh no, you put them on the platter. You're gonna give me dislikes. But yeah, so I was gonna ask you like how you feel. So obviously the first week I don't have to talk about it, you know what I mean?
I was there and I was sad.
I was gonna say, do you have your list of how many wins and losses they have when you're at the game? You should figure that out.
Well, we have to remember I've been going to games since I was 9, and when I was 9 to about when I was 19, the Bills have been one of the worst franchises in the NFL.
Yeah, but that's all your chance of going to that game. You usually go to like a lot of the home games though, right? Don't you?
I used to go to more. College and shit. I was busy. Now I'm working, so. Like I was gonna go to the Monday night game versus the Patriots. I had it planned, but I can't get the time off work now.
Really, it's when is that game? Is it close?
It's December 6th, I believe.
It just doesn't work out.
Yeah, I just can't get the time off. So, which is a bummer. But I mean, yeah, I went week 1, and it was a great time as always, man. Yeah. Bills Mafia is fucking insane.
Yeah, I was like, Bills.
Man, it's such a great time to be around.
I think, you know what I was going to say, man, and no matter, it was always, the camaraderie of the Bills franchise and the fans is always great to see, and I feel like most Bills fans have a great time, even if the game isn't won or lost, because you've dealt with so many losses in that 15, even 10-year period. I'd say I want to say 15 from like 05, because I don't remember how good they were after the 90s, like from like
dog shit.
98 to like 2010.
Not good.
I was gonna
not
say,
fun.
But I didn't watch football during those years, really. So.
No, they were not good. They had their 17, 18 year playoff drought.
Yeah, 17.
Like
so at least for 15 years they weren't that good.
That gives you a little taste. Like it was just brutal.
But a franchise like that, whereas it's dealt with that, and it's still every year. It's like there was always this great feeling about like the Bills next year was gonna do it. Like I don't know why, but I always felt like the Bills franchise really said like next year is gonna be our year. Yeah. And then it wouldn't. But it was like every year.
I remember when they hired Rex Ryan, and I'm like, he's gonna take him to the playoffs. I can't wait. It just flopped.
No. Oh no, Rex Ryan. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing so much love from Rex Ryan on my TikTok, because I don't know why, but I'm just seeing this. So it was the caption of the TikTok was Rex Ryan's such an underrated coach, and it wasn't even like in a joking way. It was like him doing this speech on the Jets where he's like, I don't even know. It was like some motivational speech, and he really killed it. Like he really motivated me. But it's like that doesn't mean you're a good coach. I've seen many good motivational speakers. That doesn't mean they could coach football.
I remember, it's Doug Marone, I believe. was a coach and he like had ties to some Syracuse quarterback coming out of the draft, I'm like, this is it.
Yeah.
Draft him, let's go. And they never drafted him, and Doug Marrone was out after a year. I was like, fuck, man, when does it end?
It's hard because you don't know how long. Even that first, because did Sean McDermott win rookie or coach of the year the first year he took over the team?
No.
They were 7-9 because they went 7-9. But a lot of people were like, "It's a good 7-9." Like I remember I remember that first year, and he cleared house. Like he was. So
last year, I think the only person after Kyle Williams had retired, the only person left on the roster that had been tenured more than like 4 or 5 years was Jerry Hughes. Yeah. One person,
and he's old.
Yeah, and he's probably out after this year. Yeah. Like don't get me, he's a great player, but he's gonna retire. He's old,
or he's gonna go to some team and play it. Like
I hope not.
You don't want him to go to some different team.
No.
All right, so I'm gonna jump to. So the Bills drafted Marshawn Lynch, right? I didn't even write this down, but I just started thinking about it. Do you think that it was important for both of the Bills and Marshawn Lynch to do split up there, and you think it's a good choice for both franchises?
Was he traded? Was he?
He was traded. I think that's how you got Mario Williams. I'm not positive though.
I don't really. I'll be honest. I don't remember how he left. I remember him leaving though, and then turning into a monster in Seattle.
Yeah, of course. Oh my gosh! Literally, it was like
everyone's good once after they leave the Bills. Stephon Gilmore, Bills drafted him, and he was just the number 1 corner in the league for a couple years. Not anymore. That guy fucking blows, but. Who was it? John Brown that absolutely cooked him on Monday Night Football. Never forget.
Yep. Okay, so I got the news article right here. October 5th, 2010.
Yeah.
Great year, great day.
October, happy birthday.
Great day. But so he was traded, and then it was literally they had Fred Jackson, who was on their team at the time.
Yep. Fred Jackson.
And that year they drafted C.J. Spiller. First round drafted C.J. Spiller.
Right. Okay. Bust.
The Buffalo will receive a 4th round pick and a conditional pick. They got a 4th round pick.
Yeah, no, not good.
But it could have led to them getting Josh Allen. You ever see those weird trades and how? Yeah, that's tough.
I think I've seen them for like the NHL. I don't even watch the NHL.
Wait, who knows? You don't know what that 4th round pick was.
It's true. I mean, I'm willing to bet it wasn't anyone good.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't even have his name in here, man. Like at least put his name in there. Why the Buffalo Bills won the Marshawn trade?
Oh wow, really?
It is a Buffalo webpage, so I'm not even gonna look at it right now.
We'll buy it.
I'm not even gonna look at it. It's gonna be like it led. I'm telling you, that's gonna be the page that goes. It led to Josh Allen getting signed. Like it led to Josh Allen getting drafted. They were bad for all these years.
I mean, true.
For their franchise. You know who I think has the potential to be Josh Allen? Danny Dimes.
That's disgusting. I might walk out of this.
Danny Dimes has.
Why would you even,
think about this?
Entertain?
What does make Josh Allen that dude? Right? It's not his arm. He has a really great arm, right? He can throw the ball hard. It's his legs that make him that dude.
Athleticism.
And that's what Danny Dimes only has.
No. You know what Josh Allen has that Danny Dimes doesn't is his ability to make throws on the run.
A good team.
No. I remember the Colts game, the playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen had 2 plays where on the final drive for the half, right? They honestly were losing the half, but they weren't losing and score that bad.
Yeah.
So, Josh had these 2 incredible throws to Gabe Davis on the sideline. He's running out of the pocket, throwing across his body.
Yeah.
25, 30 yards down the field, right on the sideline. Danny Dimes could never.
So this is why Josh Allen needs to mentor Danny Dimes. This is what I'm going to say.
Why would he? Why?
I've been saying Danny Dimes should be Taysom Hill, and I think I've been all wrong. I don't think Danny Dimes has the toughness to be Taysom Hill. I think Taysom Hill's built a little weird that he could play tight end and quarterback. Those two don't go together. Like Tebow tried it, he couldn't do it.
I feel like Josh Allen could play tight end.
He's got the build for it. I feel like I don't trust his ankles and knees, man. I feel like tight end's got some strong legs, and I feel like quarterbacks don't. But I think the Danny Dimes, all he has is the athleticism part. He is quick. You watch him run. When he runs, he gets past people. Oh, I just smacked the mic because I'm so passionate about this. Danny Dimes is not as bad as everyone thinks. Does he have fumbling issues? 100%. Do I think they could be fixed? I'm not sure.
Maybe.
I'm not in the NFL. I'm not a scout or coach. But do I think he has potential? Yes. I've watched enough Giants games, which is probably 4 to know he has potential.
That's 4 too many.
I mean, who would you rather have as your quarterback right now, Danny Dimes or Carson Wentz?
For some reason, I still want to believe in Carson Wentz.
I was at the gym today doing my workouts with my main man Zach Stewart, who also had an episode. We already know he had an episode, and I read the line on ESPN. I didn't know this happened to him during last game, so I was busy last Sunday. I went to the Renaissance Fair, actually, kind of dope.
Wow.
But it reads on the ESPN and goes, Carson Wentz has sprained both his ankles.
Oh, I did see that. How do you sprain both your ankles?
And you trust this man?
Okay.
Carson Wentz is made of glass bones and paper skin.
If he didn't get injured, he was the MVP. Like, it doesn't make sense to me how you can regress so much.
Grass bones and mud skin, glass bones and paper skin. You know what I mean? I don't even want to go down the whole list of the SpongeBob comment, but I was literally arguing with Zach about this at the gym today. He really hates Carson Wentz. He's very down on him. He thinks he's trash. He's like,
which honestly is fair. Like
he says everyone thinks these average players are good, and I'm like, he's not an average player. He almost won an MVP. He almost snuck an MVP out.
It wasn't even that season he was having was so dominant.
He was I think he was like 11-1 or 11-2. It was. I was reading about it today. It was week 14 he got hurt. And then, or maybe week 13. It was like something in those like 11, 12, or 13. And he just, you know what I mean? He was the MVP. He was the candidate. He was like him and someone else. I don't remember who won the MVP that year, but it was him versus someone else. And it was like, he's the guy who's probably going to win MVP. And for whatever reason, the Eagles just played really well that year. I don't know why. I don't know why everyone just started clicking. And they literally gave Nick Foles led the Eli Manning-esque Super Bowl run where he's like, I mean, they were 13-3 and all this stuff, blah, 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 but he wasn't supposed to win it. Nope. Nick Foles is, why are the two people to ever beat Tom Brady in a Super Bowl?
Listen,
Nick Foles and the worst Manning brother.
I bash the Giants all the time.
Yeah.
I will be forever grateful. Forever grateful for Eli Manning and Nick Foles for keeping 3 total rings off of Tom Brady's fingers.
And Nick Foles, yeah, and he said Nick Foles. I think imagine
that rat bastard had 10 right now.
He would be the greatest sports player of all time. He'd be known as the greatest sports athlete. And you know who doesn't get enough credit? Not Will Chamberlain. Bill Russell. He has 11 chips.
I know you love talking about Bill Russell.
Bill Russell has 11 chips and he does not get no love.
Everyone talks about Wilt, but Bill Russell beat Wilt's ass.
How do you Wilt Chamberlain known as greatest offensive scorer since KD, and then Bill Russell's just better than him. Like there's literally only 2 people that look like Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain, and Bill Russell's the better player. And you could just tell by the chip, because I think Wilt has like 1 or 2. I think he snuck out 1 with like Golden State in the 70s. Like it was just like in the middle. It was like they won 5, the Celtics, and then he gets 1, and then they win like 5. But I was gonna go off on a different topic for a second there about Tom Brady and what I think. Okay. So I don't know why there's some people like, you shouldn't compare the greats, like LeBron and Michael Jordan are both the best. I'm not like that, man. I always compared stuff since I was a kid. I think that's just how my brain works. It's like, compare 2 things, you can see which one's better. Makes me understand stuff better. I've been saying that Jay Cutler could have had an Eli Manning-esque career if he just got lucky, man, because they're the same person. So I'm sorry to put Danny Dimes and Josh Allen in the same conversation, because this is what I do. I don't want to make me seem like I don't know what I'm talking about. This is just things I say because I see it, man. I see Jay Cutler's face and Eli Manning's face next to each other when they both make that dumb face. It's the same face. And I see when Josh Allen and Danny Dimes both run, they run the same, man. They both have these long strides and no one can catch them for a second. I don't know what it is. I just see like similarities in their game until it gets to like actually playing football, because Jay Cutler just couldn't figure it out. You know what I mean? And Danny Dimes just can't figure it out either for whatever reason right now.
I don't think you will either.
I don't know.
Speaking of figuring it out, Josh Allen needs to figure it out.
What do you think's up?
So, I mean, early games in the season, so I'm not concerned. I still truly believe in my man. Okay?
Of course
but
you do. I mean,
I'm the first one. Well, he's the first one to. I don't know if you've seen on Twitter how harsh he's been on himself.
That's not
but
good.
like, he didn't play good the first 2 games. No. He knows it. And the fact that he knows it and is like so, he's like hell bent on fixing it.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff he's been like, I watched their interviews and stuff, and he was like hell bent on fixing it. And so I have full confidence.
Okay. I mean, I feel like sometimes
And did 35-0.
Oh,
Did
man.
you see how dominant that defense was?
I told you I didn't watch any football Sunday.
Absolutely dominant.
I didn't even get to watch Atlanta. Atlanta was keeping up with Tampa. I watched the stupid highlights, and
Yeah.
I'm happy that I did because Atlanta kept up with Tampa Bay till the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
It was 22-25 going into the fourth.
Okay, that's not bad.
No, and then they literally got the 2-point after too. Matt Ryan jumped over someone, get the 2-point conversion, got a knee hit. It was pretty cool. I had in slow motion on Instagram. I'm watching him like, oh, he's flying. But the score was like 45-20, 8 or whatever it was. So whatever happened from 22-25 did not happen in the fourth.
Damn.
And I'm not giving up on Atlanta yet this year. I watched some analysts on ESPN say that they're the sneakiest playoff team. They're the best. They're one of the best O2s, if not the best O2 left. What does that mean? What does being the best of the worst mean?
Yeah. How many O2s are there in the NFC? Because I know in the AFC there's only 2.
I think
Colts, Jags.
Yeah, and those are the people who they're kind of saying that they. I think the Colts are the ones who are saying they're the best O2 team.
Yeah.
But let me think. I don't think any. I think all the NFC South teams won one game. I think because Carolina beat the Saints last week, smacked them up. Saints suck. Jameis Winston's thrown for 300 and I think 10 yards. Man, he thrown for like less than some people have thrown, and then Kyler Murray threw last week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know what's up with Mr. Oh, he got LASIK eye surgery. He can play quarterback now.
5 touchdowns week 1.
He threw 160 week 1.
Yeah.
He threw
or maybe 4 touchdowns.
He threw 7 passes. What do you mean he had 5 touchdowns? I don't know why everyone thinks Jameis Winston's the savior. And the worst part is when our friend Zach and our Saints fans say he's the savior, I'm like, you watched him play. Like, it's not like he's just gonna be that dude. He never was that dude. At least that, from what I've seen, I don't see I trust Danny Dimes over Jameis Winston right now for my franchise.
Wow.
And that's truth. Because what did he do on the Bucs? Yeah, he threw for 5,000 yards and 50
I feel like there's
touchdowns.
no teaching Jameis Winston. Like, there's a point in a season where when you're on pace for 30 interceptions where your coach just has to like sit you down and be like, what do you how do you not learn to just not throw it to the other team
I think Bruce
twice
Arians,
a game?
I think Bruce Arians is doing the opposite. He's going to Jameis. He goes, it's all right if you throw 2 picks a game, man, 3 picks a game.
Just air it out.
Just air it out and just show what I can. I think this was, I'm going to go conspiracy theory here, all right? This was all planned. Bruce Arians planned this all out. Tom Brady knew he was going to Tampa Bay
to get his free Super Bowl.
And he was like, Bruce Arians like, all right, let me let this boy just throw the ball. Let's see. I'm gonna show you what I can do as an offensive coordinator, head coach, and get Jameis Winston the leading touchdown, I think, and the leading
yards.
Passing yards. And he just has to lead the interceptions. It looks like a Madden game that means Zach playing our franchise, man. 50 and 30. All of Tannehill's seasons in our franchise are 50 and 30. He was playing a Madden franchise with Jameis Winston as his user.
I mean, big brain, dude's kind of elite.
And then he got Super Bowl for that, man.
Yep.
And he got Jameis Winston mucho money too. He helped Jameis. He's like, bro, it doesn't matter how many picks you throw. You're gonna
let me help you.
Yeah.
Help me help you. Okay,
And then,
I'm gonna get a Super Bowl. You're gonna get I don't know what contract he signed.
Millions of dollars and be a starting quarterback somewhere else. Like he's like, I'm gonna lead you to be a starting quarterback somewhere else. Because a lot of people were like, oh, he sucks. He's not Andrew Luck. Why would they even... I mean, he wasn't that way. It was between him and Andrew Luck who's going to be that dude. And now it's weird. Because who do you pick? The guy who's retired or the guy that has LASIK eye surgery? Do you take 7 really great years of Andrew Luck or do you take whatever left of Jameis Winston now? And you know what? I'll do one more stat. Then I'll switch gears to something even much more different than I'm talking about all the time. To give the audience some more, you know what I mean?
Variety.
Yeah. So, just last week, Matt Ryan became the first 14 seasons has the most passing yards of any quarterback in his first 14 seasons. What does that mean? I don't know.
Not Hall of Fame.
That means Hall of Fame. It was like 56K in 14 seasons, which passed Drew Brees, who also had 56K in 14 seasons.
That's 4,000 yards a season for 14 seasons.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's really good.
That's pretty good.
It's just consistently great.
Yep.
It's just when you don't win anything,
Helps
no one cares.
Julio Jones on your team.
He didn't have Julio forever. He drafted Julio
for most of the time.
for like 10 of the. But okay, so this is what I'm gonna say. He had Rowdy White, who was a great. Rowdy White was a great Atlanta player. You know, everyone like he was like a Stevie Johnson, right?
Yep.
For I'd say, you know, there's those franchise like players that you just have to ride with, and whether they're Hall of Fame, because Rowdy White's close. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
I don't know his stats well enough.
Yeah, but
I didn't watch football. Like I didn't watch the Falcons during that time period.
And I didn't either. I think he has like right around 10K receiving, which is solid, but I don't think it's like right around the edge. So if he doesn't become a Hall of Famer, he was right on the cusp. But he had Rowdy White and then Tony Gonzalez.
Tony G,
because
the most reliable check down in the history of the game.
Is the greatest tight end and in the receiving type of all time, like just catching the ball and just doing. He has the most receiving yards as a tight end.
Better than him, unfortunately.
If he passed him in receiving yards, maybe. But Tony Gonzalez is third, I think, all time.
In just receiving yards.
I think it goes like Jerry Rice, and then it's like Randy Moss, and then it's like I just went down this list of everyone. Okay, actually, I have a better topic. I was gonna do something about engineering job and how that's going, but I don't care about that, man. I do care about that, of course, but I think this is a better topic because this is actually relevant. This is something that just came out. Did you see the list of the new names that are gonna be on the Hall of Fame for this ballot?
I know Devin Hester.
Yep,
that's the only one I saw on Twitter.
So I got them all right here. So I'm gonna name them down. I think it's by. It doesn't matter. I think it's by alphabetical order until they put Antonio Coroni at the bottom, but.
Am I going to say Hall of Famer or not?
So I want you to run down this list and do you think they're a Hall of Famer or not, and try to give like maybe a reason if you can't. You know what I mean? If you just don't feel it, you can just say like I don't know.
Yeah.
So the first one on the list is Anquan Bolden. That's a hard one.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not a first ballot.
Not yet.
Anquan Bolden was the most reliable guy in every team. He and I think he took so much damage.
Did he get a Super Bowl with the Ravens?
He may have. I know he was on the Cardinals, and
I know that. If he got a Super Bowl with the Ravens, I'll say yes. He might have got
the later one. I'm not even gonna look. I'm just gonna go with.
Fine.
I think he
tentatively yes if he won a Super Bowl.
Okay.
I don't remember.
He's kind of low on the receiving yards list, but I don't think it's set in stone. You have to get 1 billion receiving yards to be there.
Dude was a rock.
Devin Hester is the next name.
Okay, I have a thing with special teams.
He's Hall of Famer.
Do you know the name Steve Tasker?
No.
He is the greatest special team player of all time.
Is it because of returning or because of like tackling and stuff?
He was not returning.
Okay.
But he went to, I don't know the stats. I wish I did.
Yeah.
But there's a whole Twitter account, Steve Tasker for the Hall of Fame. He was a Bills player, and he's like the best non-returner special teamer of all time. Yeah. I don't think a single person from special teams should get in the Hall of Fame before he does.
I feel like. Well, the thing is, you're biased only because
I'm so biased,
and I'm not gonna say you're
Devin
biased.
Hester deserves the Hall of Fame. I'm biased.
I'm not gonna say you're biased because it's a Bills player. I'm gonna say you're biased because no one knows any person that deserves to be on the Hall of Fame from the special teams that's not a returner. Well, you can't name if you could name a second guy.
He's got like all pros and just all this stuff.
If it was if it wasn't a Buffalo player, I'd give it to you. But you can't be a Buffalo player.
No. Devin Hester deserves Hall of Fame. Dude, remember in the Super Bowl when he returned that kickoff?
Yeah,
that is so. They lost, but
he almost won it for them by being a special teamer.
He deserves Hall of Fame.
He deserves Hall of Fame. He was on the Atlanta. You know, he broke the record in Atlanta. You know, that's an Atlanta Hall of Famer if I've ever seen one. I think he did his greatest stuff on Atlanta.
Yeah,
I think he has the most catches of a season in Atlanta.
Yeah, as a wide receiver, he's not going in as a wide receiver.
He's going in as a player. He's bigger than the game. No, but he was one of those dudes where they really did not want to kick it to him, yo.
No, yeah.
And then when they did kick it to him in the Super Bowl, you saw what happened. Yep. It was like you. I think they said like they had plans not to kick it to him, like do whatever you can, but it just be like that sometimes. Yeah. Return it was. I think it might be the longest kick return in Super Bowl history too. I'm not positive on that. 100%. But no one kick return.
It would make sense.
Yeah. So we're gonna go both on a yes. I don't know if Anquan Bolden should be.
My Anquan Bolden answer is tentative if he won a Super Bowl.
I'm gonna go with 55% yes for Anquan, 45% for no. I'm gonna lean towards yes. Okay. Devin Hester, yes, 100%. He broke. I mean, no matter if he did what he did, he was the best at what he did. Andre Johnson is third.
I love him, but he just doesn't.
No, Andre Johnson was.
He was a monster.
Andre Johnson was a top 3 to top 5 wide receiver for like
every year
for like 5 to like 10 years.
Yeah, I'll say yes. He was. I really liked him.
There might have been a couple years right before Calvin Johnson became that dude, like right before he was drafted,
where he was the best.
Where he might have been the best for like 2 years, and then Calvin Johnson was like,
yeah,
and then Andre Johnson was forgot about because literally someone else with the last name Johnson was just
I'll say yes to Andre Johnson.
I think he deserves it. Whether he gets in first time or not, I think it's going to be.
I think he's another one where maybe not first time,
but I think he did more in his career than Anquan Bolden. I think he was a better wide receiver than Anquan Bolden.
But never any remote playoff.
Your wide receiver doesn't count.
That's true. That's more of a quarterback stat.
Because Larry Fitz, you can't knock him for. Larry Fitz is second all time in receiving yards. That's who it is.
Oh, that makes sense. He's been playing for so long,
but he's not even close to Jerry Rice, and he'd have to play. He'd have to play like 3 more seasons and get like 1,500 yards to catch up. Jerry Rice played forever. So I'm gonna hard yes Andre Johnson for me. That's a hard yes more than Anquan Bolden. I think I think Devin Hester's higher than Andre just because of the significance of what he did
of his position.
Yeah, but I think Andre Johnson's definitely in there because there's also the other names. These are just 10 of the eligible first years. Then we got Steve Smith.
Yes. Oh,
I love
1 million. Smith. I love that guy. I know
he's like. I keep just spitting out numbers and ranks, and I'm so sorry. Like, it's not analytical. I'm an analytical person, but I think he's like 8th all-time receiving yards. I just looked at the list, but he's 8th all-time, and he fought to be 8th because he was
the scrappiest.
He was never
on any field.
You could never say he was number 1 best wide receiver in the league, but every year he just got 1,000 yards.
No one had more passion than him.
And he couldn't get covered. He never could get covered by a cornerback. Like he would do whatever he takes to like get open and really be disrespectful. Yep. I liked him even when he was on the Ravens. That's when I really liked him when he was on the Ravens because he got old. But he was still like yelling at people. I was like, yeah, that's my boy. So Steve Smith, 100% yes to. I think double yeses for us.
I think that's my biggest yes.
This is the person I don't know enough about to give a full answer to. But do you know about Jake Long? I think he was like an OT, an offensive tackle for a couple teams. Yeah, you can say.
No.
See, I don't know.
Name yes.
I'm gonna lean no. I have no idea.
I'm gonna say yes.
I have no idea about
Get him in there. Get my boy in.
I've heard of Jake Long and I've seen him on teams, but I just don't know enough to fully give an answer. But I give myself credit. If I don't know enough, I'm gonna lean towards no. Because the next one's also offensive lineman, but I do know him. And I do think he should be in, and that's Nick Mangold.
Oh, from the Jets?
Yeah. See,
if I can name his team,
he's dope. But like
if I can name an offensive lineman's team that I haven't heard play in 10 years, that he deserves. Well, 5 years, but
if I can see his face in my brain and see what exactly with his long
locks,
hair, I can see Nick. I know Nick Mangold. Like, he was the only person on that Jets line probably that actually was like helping his boys. You know what I mean? Mark Sanchez, and maybe Chad Pennington. Maybe he had some Chatty P. But I definitely think Nick Mangold should be in the Hall of Fame. Agreed. Do I know any of his stats? No.
Nope.
But I
have no reason other than I still know an offensive lineman.
I know Nick Mangold, and I knew his name in the past, and I still know it now. He was important enough for me to remember. All right, so I'm gonna do him next. I was gonna go out of order, but I'll just do it. So DeMarcus Ware, old Cowboys. You know what I mean? He's in that weird area for me.
I think it's another one where. Definitely not this year.
No, yeah,
but
because he snuck out. He snuck out of Super Bowl with the Broncos. Yeah, right? He was on that team. So and he did well. I mean, Von Miller was the guy, but he probably did something. Like he had to be helping out.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could see more stats than just hearing names.
Yeah, if they have comparable.
Yeah,
I
don't know.
Pulled up stuff, but I just wanted to see like
because we're going off of names,
and I think it's good to just try to off the top of your head like without even looking and stuff. Like, do you think he's a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, like I could if I said no right now, and he's like a resounding yes. It turns out because I just didn't know his stats. Yeah. I'll take the ownership of that. I'm wrong. I'll say no though.
I'm gonna go with no too because I don't remember him doing enough in his career in my brain.
I also just hate the Cowboys.
So. Yeah, I was gonna say so that probably affects it a little bit.
Sorry, Sean.
But I'm gonna see because the next guy I want to read, I think he does deserve to be in there, and I think he played kind of like the same position as DeMarcus Ware. They got DeMarcus Ware as an outside linebacker, but I always remembered him rushing the passer, being that end. Maybe he was just a linebacker that rushed.
Pretty sure, like a TJ, like don't they have TJ Watt at linebacker?
Yeah, and Jadeveon Clowney, like that type of outside linebacker. But next person's Robert Mathis.
Yes.
Who I do think should be in, and I think he's kind of the same player as DeMarcus Ware.
Colts legend.
And I feel like I definitely, like I said, I'm 100% on Robert Mathis, but I'm not on DeMarcus Ware for whatever reason. Something in my brain is like steering me away.
100%.
Don't even have to argue. I remember he was just killing. He's so many sacks.
First ballot.
Probably first ballot, honestly. This person's first ballot. This is someone on a team that you hate, I think you can like him as a person. It's my boy Vince Wilfork. First down Hall. That man was so good at being he had a faster 40 time than Tom Brady at the combine, and that's just sheer athleticism.
Listen, he destroyed the Bills for many of years, okay? But I respect the man, and definitely.
And he was a good dude. He was a good dude.
Yeah.
There was a lot of fun rad users did, and then he had the overalls near the end of his career. Like, he was funny. I haven't heard much from him 100%. Since, but he definitely should. He caused the butt fumble. That's what everyone forgets about.
Really?
So
I didn't know
Vince
that.
Wilfork was the guy who pushed the lineman into Mark Sanchez, and then I just don't. Maybe because that's the thing too. Mark Sanchez probably didn't expect his lineman to be coming back at.
His lineman was in the middle of getting pancake.
He's getting destroyed by Vince Wilfork, and I think Vince Wilfork has a pick on his career, a couple, because the man's a freak.
Well, he gets the mid up there, and then it just tips up.
But I love Vince Wilfork to death. I don't know why. I just really like the dude.
No, yeah.
When I really started watching football, he was like a guy who, like, for whatever reason, he was on TV a lot. So I would, like, watch him. I was like, yeah, that's my dude.
That's my boy.
So 100% yes. And the last one is one that's sketchy. Because I am in this 50-50, like, complete split line. But I want to lean towards yes, just because, I don't know, this name just sticks out to me. And the last person who's new is Antonio Cromartie. That's a very well-known name. And he was good on a lot of teams. He was just a good cornerback.
But was he ever the? I don't think he was even ever top 5.
I don't know. Like, but maybe on the when it was Cromartie and Patrick Peterson, I think that was pretty solid. But
Patrick Peterson's the number 1 on.
But then it was Darrelle Revis and him on the Jets. He was always that guy.
Right. He was never tasked with the number 1s.
Mm-hmm. But he was
at least when I'm thinking of. Like,
me
I'm
too.
sure there's teams he was, but like the Jets is the most when I think about Antonio Cromartie the most, and Darrelle Revis is guarding. He's guarding number 2. Yeah, he's locking down number 2s.
But he did kick returns and stuff too. That's why he was a kick return. He had some touchdowns in his career from kick returns.
I'm gonna say no.
I would go with yes. I don't know why.
Also,
and he played
don't like the Jets.
He played for mad long though too. I think he was on the Chargers by the end of his. I know he was on the Cardinals, and I know he was on like random teams by the end.
Yeah.
But and he had mad kids. I think he had a lot of kids. He was like Philip Rivers-esque, like
Rivers.
like. But it was not the same. I think he had different women for each different girlfriends and whatnot. Yeah, I think he had like mad kids with different women. So he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame for that alone, right? No, I'm just kidding. But all right. I will ask you, because it is getting to that time where I usually try to wind it down, but I will go with the engineering topic one last time. I do want to hear. I'm happy that you did find this job. I know you were struggling for a little bit, like everyone was, and now you got this new job that's still local and still like.
Yeah.
So is it dope? Is it?
Yeah, I'm really liking it. I mean, I knew coming out of college I didn't want to go to like some big company. I wanted a smaller company to actually learn and not just be a number in their directory. Like, no, like, this, like, I'm getting my professional pictures done in a couple weeks for the company website. Like, they have a story on their new employees.
Yeah.
Like, they actually care. So I'm really liking it. My coworkers are awesome. And it's been a good time. I mean, I've only been there a month and a half so far.
Yeah, he's just.
So I'm still learning a lot, like, every day. But, yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
No, and that's what I was going to say, because that's why I wanted to ask you, because I heard you've been enjoying it. He's been able to go on outings with his coworkers and really get to meet them. Because that's the thing, too. Like, until you work at these jobs, it's like you either – whatever job it is, you know what I mean? It's great to have a community with your coworkers. And sometimes it happens naturally. Sometimes it's like, oh, everyone hates what they're doing or whatever it is. Whatever type of
you
thing.
band together because you hate it.
For whatever thing. But you were able to, they really let you, welcomed you very, like I said, very easily. And it, like I said, didn't seem like it was forced. It seemed like they actually liked you.
My third week in the office, they had a track day, a Saratoga racetrack day. Mm-hmm. So the company went up to the 18 something club. I don't remember the name.
Yeah, 18
but free drinks, free food all day. Yeah. The entire company was there. I'm 3 weeks into the job doing shots with my boss in the middle of a Friday afternoon.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
And it was awesome.
Yeah. So having that type of community and just feeling welcomed like that. And like I said, you get a little story on the website. Like, that's kind of dope.
Yeah.
Like, it's
not just like the office and like I'm going on field visits and like, I've been to Connecticut twice in the past couple of weeks on field visits, and it's fun.
Yeah, and I'm happy you were still able to stay local too. I didn't know if that was very important for you.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to move. I like right now I'm happy with where I'm at, just living at home, saving money. I did not want to get an apartment.
No, yeah.
You know, if I had to for a good job, I would have, but like, yeah, I didn't want to.
It's not.
I want to stay,
you know what
stay local with the boys.
Yeah, I was gonna say everyone's here, man.
All my boys are here.
Yeah, except for one boy who doesn't.
Fuck you, Kyle.
Yeah, he did it. He did the move away strategy, which is
Bitch.
everyone's different. Everyone's different, and I'm very happy that he moved. I gotta make it to Connecticut. I gotta make it to Connecticut. I gotta make it to Kentucky. That's where he moved.
Kentucky, yes.
I've said Connecticut twice, but
Well, it's because I said it.
And both times, Connecticut has not been the thing I've been trying to say. It's not even been trying to get brought up. But I gotta make it Kentucky. See Kyle. And he's really like he really wants his episode. Like he's I think he's mad that it didn't happen earlier, and now he's like, I gotta get mine.
Oh, he's falling behind.
I know, man. I told him it's got to be in person. The fun in person is like very important.
For sure.
Being trapped in my room that gets hot sometimes.
It is getting a little warm in here.
You know, I got the window open, but the candle always makes it hot. But also, I like the smell of the candle. It calms us down. But I think with that, honestly, I'm gonna chop it to the end. I'm not even gonna say it, but do you have anything left to say to the world? I said every time I always ask them, do you have anything left to say? One last thing to the world. It's like your end all be all.
One thing, go Bills.
Okay, that's great, because I also said I'd start saying something at the end so that you didn't feel or whoever person was here didn't feel like I'm not doing it. Like why does he have to make me say something and he's not gonna do it? So I don't think I'm ready.
Oh, you don't got something on deck?
I don't.
You're gonna have that whole spiel and then not have something on deck.
So while we talk about wonderful weather we've been having in the Schenectady area.
No, it's actually been pretty rough the past 2 days with rain.
What I'm gonna say though is that me and Steve's birthday. This is what I'm gonna say. Me and Steve's birthday is coming up, and we're gonna get litty.
Wait, is this episode dropping?
Oh yeah,
on our birthday.
No, because
mine on yours.
It would have to. Oh, it could be on yours. That'd
be kind of sick.
Yeah, it'd be kind of sick. Yeah, I don't have an episode for tomorrow, so it's gotta drop next week.
Yeah. Damn it!
I wish I timed that better. But maybe I'll drop. I'll shout you out in the episode that drops. So I'll make sure, and I'll say, "Stay happy birthday to Steve" if you hear this.
Bet.
And you might get a text or two. But with that, like I said, if you happen to see us or remember that it's our birthdays coming up. Steve's is the 9th. Make sure to wish him a happy birthday. And mine is the 5th. And if you don't wish me a happy birthday, I'm going to be very sad.
Most common birthday in the world, October 5th.
It's changed.
Oh.
It used to be my birthday used to be the most common birthday in the world. And then in after 7 years, it like switched.
Well, you had your run.
I had I remember in catechism, I used to always say, I used to be like, my birthday's the most common birthday. And then some guy who was a high schooler who was teaching at the middle school with a teacher, like, I don't know if you could remember, you could do that if you were high school, you could teach. His name was Philip. He had the same birthday as me. And he said it too. He's like, my birthday's the most common birthday. And I said, no, it's not. What's your birthday? And he was like, October 5th. And I go, mine's October 5th.
That's funny.
But that's that. All right. Well, that's it.
All right.